Well, well, well. Look who's back. We did it, Ducko. We did episode 3. We're finally on the third episode.
Yeah.
What's
Empire
it been?
Strikes Back.
2 years?
Oh my goodness. Oh dear. As you can probably see though in the thumbnail, it's not the one we said last time, but you've probably already forgotten at this point, unfortunately.
I forgot. What did we fucking say we were going to do last time?
I said it, Empire Strikes Back versus Wrath of Khan.
Oh, well,
maybe
we're not
someday,
doing
but
that.
this is not,
Yeah,
that's not
someday.
what we're doing.
Yes, we've got a special one today.
Yeah.
It's not special. It's a normal
Okay.
episode, honestly. It's actually a pretty...
Well, we got to guess.
We got a guest. We got a guest. Ollie Feeder. Ollie Feeder, say hello.
Yo, how's it going, everyone?
You're a bit of a fan of Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. You like these franchises, don't you?
I do. I grew up with them a lot.
I think we all grew up with these franchises around us, you know. And I guess we'll start with that. We sort of do that. I don't remember how we start these. But fucking sure. I grew up more with Ninja Turtles than I did Power Rangers. It was mostly... I can recall watching a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff, but Power Rangers was more like it was on and I watched it and liked it, but I don't remember anything. I really don't remember a lot of it. But Ninja Turtles I was obsessed with, and I still think it's got a lot of cool shit.
Yeah.
No, now you go.
Ollie-
This is quick summarizing.
All right, so basically, I've had a decent amount of these movies in particular are a spring of how I've gotten interested in both of these series, and Ninja. I'm not gonna give anything away yet, but both are very nostalgic for me, and I really have enjoyed Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers most of my life. I think the order of it. The funny thing is the relation of them is when Ninja Turtles was, I don't want to say going down because it came back anyways, and it's still just proven to be a long runner, but in the sort of wake of Ninja Turtles' initial success, Power Rangers came right after, and that's sort of the relation there.
Was it they fucking took over? They fucking took Ninja Turtles' spot?
Kind of, but it's Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, and then Pokemon, I guess. But there's a kind of gap between, because after 96 was, although 96 had Pokemon in Japan, but I'm going all over the place. Get to Ollie.
Oh yeah, go on, Ollie.
Yeah, I grew up with both franchises. Power Rangers was something I was super duper into when I was very little. I haven't kept up with it as much as I've gotten older, but I had a bunch of VHSs of Mighty Morphin, and I watched In Space and the one where they had the guinea pig and stuff like that. And I really loved the old Mighty Morphin movie as a kid. I watched it all the time. But Ninja Turtles is probably probably the longest standing love I've had of any franchise ever. It's still it's a contender for my favorite piece of media. So I definitely have a preference.
Yeah.
I've kept up with all of the Ninja Turtle stuff. I'm not as familiar with the Power Rangers stuff, but to be fair,
It seems confusing.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers kind of has been gone for a while. The Rangers are the focus of the film we're talking about today. Haven't been around for ages, so
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't get. I know they came back recently though.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, there's some comeback material. Sorry.
Yeah, they did a reunion movie kind of recently.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
And there's also a comic.
Yeah.
In regards to the actual movies themselves, I do remember Ninja. I first of all have not even seen before we did this the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. I had not seen that movie, but Ninja Turtles movie is a movie I fucking wore out the VHS on. I fucking watched that a shit ton. I remember so much about this and Ninja Turtles 2. Those are both huge movies I used to watch all the time, and I'm pretty sure that these movies are my that's my main Turtles. More than the shows. This is the way I absorb Ninja Turtles. When I think of them, I view these versions of the characters usually. At least this Raphael, this Casey, this April, and this Splinter are the ones I think of these versions of the characters when they're brought up to me.
Yeah. When we were watching the film, there were like a bunch of points where we were like, this is like the quintessential Raph.
Yeah.
The quintessential, like,
Which,
Casey.
are we starting with Ninja Turtles? Are we just going to get into that?
I guess, yeah.
We gotta
should
do the
start
summary.
first.
Okay, Ducko. You'll do the
All right.
summary.
Yeah, you'll do, yeah, you
Alright,
do the
so-
summary.
Because
You
you're
gotta
so,
get
so
my-
in
didn't
love
write
with doing
it down.
summaries.
I didn't write it down this time, but I'll try to do it off the top. But Ninja Turtles,
Morbius.
basically, yeah, that's funny.
That's what
Fucking
you
wrote
wrote
for
down.
Power Rangers as a fucking goof, as a fucking gaff, as a. But anyways, Ninja Turtles. Basically, there's like these teenage mutant Ninja Turtles underground in the sewers. They have to hide in secret with their master Splinter, and they get in. There's also like a crime wave that involves like kids becoming ninjas under this like ancient clan, and it's like a ninja rivalry that went back. Like Shredder came to America, and Splinter is actually the rat who was owned by the old master that had the rivalry with Shredder. But anyways, okay, so and then they get mutated early on, and they tell about it, and like they gain allies in news reporter April O'Neil and street vigilante who uses sports equipment Casey Jones, and this kid named Danny who's not in anything else in Ninja Turtles, but he's like a double agent for.
He only
becoming
needed to be
Turtles.
here, all right. It spoke for itself. He was very lovable Danny. We all liked him.
He gets replaced with Kato in the next movie, I think. Or I'm fucking messing it up. Probably his name, but that's
So
besides
his
the
name,
point.
yeah, his name's Kino, and he's definitely a glow up from
Kino.
fucking Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kano. Yeah, not that Danny's not the worst, but like at the same time, like it's not the highlight of the movie to have Danny, but it at least goes with like the theming of the movie.
It
Like-
is just like another connection to what we're gonna get to later for Ninja Turtles. It's just adding a human kid to like do shit, and so the kid's watching the movie
Yeah.
and you're like, "It's me, I'm the kid. I did the help. I helped the turtles."
Yeah, so there's like this whole like underground club with the Foot Clan, and like they're like stealing TVs and shit, and basically, and it ends up in pretty much like the Ninja Turtles end up in the crossfire of it, and they had to do something about it, and Splinter gets captured, and like they have to go rescue him, and they were even displaced out of their sewer home, but then eventually they all triumph over Shredder, and like
Not through their own skill or
Foot
training
Clan.
or possibly teaming up on Shredder. It was through Splinter
Yeah.
shows up at the last second. They fucking.
Yeah, Splinter-
I thought they were supposed
Shredder,
to be
yeah.
fucking masters at the end of this. I thought Splinter's like, okay, training is done. You guys did it. You mastered the mind. Do it. Go get them. And then they get their asses handed to them.
Yeah, they all just decided, you know what?
well.
You know what? Teaming up is overrated. Let's all go one by one.
And then Shredder's like, you could have teamed up on me, by the way. By the way, you could have done that. That would have worked.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, and then he gets crushed in a trash compactor, but that somehow doesn't kill him because he comes back in the sequel.
I
Oh yeah.
don't know how. Is that explained in part 2? Like why that's not a killing blow?
No,
Great,
he just
cool.
he just survived. He slowly rises from the trash.
I
from-
quite like
uh,
Casey Jones in this movie. I do like
He's
Casey
so
Jones.
He's great.
Him and Raph have
I
a
like
fun
both.
little rivalry sort of there.
Do you summarize both films back to back, or are we talking about Ninja Turtles?
We're talking about Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
Okay.
I guess we'll do the Power Ranger summary next, and then we'll talk about like our notes we have on Ninja Turtles.
We got Ninja Turtles first, and Power Rangers, and then we'll decide.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of good shit in Ninja Turtles. I remember pretty much all of it because I've seen it a lot. Raphael is my favorite turtle in this movie. Usually in Ninja Turtles, my favorite turtle is Donatello, but in this movie, and probably also the second one, I like Raphael a lot. I like his voice. I like him being a punk.
Movie Raph is just
And
like
the thing
I
is,
think,
though,
such a perfect Raphael. I like
Yeah.
this. I like him like this.
He's got attitude. He can joke around, but it's a good
Yeah.
mix of both. He's not too up and like being angry all the time. He's
Yeah,
got
he reminds me a
jokes.
lot of Raph from the 2003 series, which is like my other favorite Raph. So
Yeah.
something that really will always stick with me about this film that obviously would never happen today is, of course, how fucking good the suits look.
Yeah, the suit. I like even like when there's like occasionally parts where you see fucking Corey Feldman back there when he's screaming. Besides that, I think they look good.
The Jim Henson Company knocked out of the park. They really do look like it. Like your immersion is totally with the film. You totally
Yeah.
believe that
Splinter
they are
looks
real.
great, although he's fucking wet all the time and gross. And he's disgusting,
Well,
but he's a rat, so
Yeah, it's the most ratty Splinter ever.
you cannot
He's a
deny he's a
rat.
fucking gross ass rat.
He's a rat and a torture victim. So what am I saying? Come on.
Yeah,
I
Splinter's really good through the ringer in this film.
I think it's crazy that like with
Yeah.
these fucking wacky ass looking like suits and all, they can still effectively do like emotional moments in this movie. Like I wasn't taken out of it by like the suits. Like I think they actually are good at the emotional shit.
I love the scene where Splinter like consoles Raph after he like fights Casey, and he sits with him in kind of the candlelit room, and I love the scene at the fire.
Yeah, the fire
Yeah,
scene
like
is
the
fucking
fire-
great.
Like Michelangelo starts crying and stuff, and my little heart breaks. It's
Yeah,
so
because
sad.
he's joking the whole movie, but like there's like they show it's important to show that he also would like this is emotional to
Yeah.
him. They're all just doing
Exactly.
it. They're coping with it in their own way.
Exactly. Super good.
Yeah, really.
And the
good
very
stuff.
expressive suits as well. Like they're able to look super happy, super sad. Like the animatronics are super solid on them.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about this movie, but every time I watch it, I want pizza. I genuinely just want to eat some fucking pizza. They make it look they make it look good.
Ninja Turtles always does that for me. I
Even though
always
it's like
love
fucking
them.
Domino's in this movie, which is objectively gross pizza.
Ooh, I wonder
It's
if you've made
fucking
any enemies
I
from
don't
that.
care.
Oh.
Domino's fucking sucks.
The weird thing is at the beginning of the VHS version of this movie, there's a Pizza Hut commercial.
That's better. They should have kept that in the movie. They should have done Pizza Hut in the movie.
I will
That's better
neither
pizza.
confirm nor deny that Pizza Hut is better than Domino's, but I
Pick a side, you coward.
Alright, it is. I mean, I'm talking from the UK here. I think ours tastes different. But
Ew.
yeah, over here, I think it's way better.
Let's see what the soundtrack in this fucking movie is very, very memorable. I like the theme song in general. It's like it's maybe as iconic as the fucking cartoon one to me, at least for my
It's so
speaking.
It captures the
Yeah.
film's tone so well.
Yeah,
I mean, jumping the gun a little bit here, the Power Rangers film, when they transform, it plays the theme song. This film doesn't even do that, but it's still
yeah.
manages to
They've got their
create a
own
really
song
good
for the
motif.
movie.
Yeah,
This is
super
like
strong.
like comparison to Power Rangers. It is more like its own. It's not based on the cartoon really. It's based on it's mixing from the cartoon and the comic to be its own sort
Yeah.
of thing. Power Rangers is it is the show, but a movie.
That's what I found interesting, like watching them back to back with Economy there. I like this film is much more like it is it's its own separate universe. The Power Rangers film is a continuation of the show, so I wonder
Yeah.
if it might be a little harder to watch the Power Rangers film if you hadn't seen the show compared to watching this if you hadn't seen Ninja
Yeah, no,
Turtles
because
before.
this was my introduction to the Turtles. This is
Yeah,
what
they don't-
got me into them.
Yeah, they don't really feel the need to explain anything in Power Rangers. They just kind of expect you to understand the general idea.
Yeah,
But
which
with
I
Turtles,
did.
they-
But
Yeah, as a Power Rangers fan, it all made sense to me. I just wonder if, I sat down with my parents who haven't
they'd be
watched Power
confused
Rangers
as hell.
in years. Yeah, they might be like, "What the fuck? Why is there a floating head? Why is that there?"
But before we go too far into Power Rangers,
The
Ducker,
thing
do you have other thoughts you want to bring up about Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, the thing with this is, it's a good synthesis of like the tone of the comics and the tone of the cartoon, and like I think some aspects are directly adapted from like a first bit of the run of the Ninja Turtles comic, but at the same time, like it's done in their own style, and they know enough to like bring in the aspects of the cartoon that have become like the popular image of the Ninja Turtles around that time.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good, like you said, it's a good synthesis, and also like the thing with like Ninja Turtles feels more like, for the most part, Ninja Turtles is like used to like just doing a whole bunch of different versions of Ninja Turtles at this point that are like their own thing, and like Power Rangers, for the most part, has like continued on to like this is like the new Power Rangers. This is Power Rangers like Turbo, Power Rangers, Lightspeed Rescue, Power Rangers, Time Travel, Time Force, fucking Pirate Power Rangers, fucking Ninja Samurai Power Rangers, fucking Zombie Power Rangers, fucking Power Rangers SVU, all whatever. But anyways, yeah, But I'm not even not to get too much into Power Rangers at this point. But like, yeah, this is
no.
like
Stay
so much
focused.
of this is, like so much of this is like just spot on. Like the atmosphere, the way the characters are portrayed, the way they're acted. Well, that's like sort of the same thing, but like all sorts of things go into the portrayal. The animatronic Ninja Turtle suits, like the soundtrack, like so much of it is just spot on. The only real big criticism I have is like we talked about, like the fight scene at the end. Like, why didn't they just do that? But like at the same time, I feel like the intent is like Shredder can just like is like more of a trained person and can fuck them all up. Albeit that could have been conveyed a little bit.
That's how I always saw it
them
as a
going
kid, is
all-
that he's just so much better than them. Not that they're dumbasses for not getting up on him. I just thought, oh, Shredder's so cool. They can't beat him this way. They need
Yeah,
their master to show up.
They're not a Jedi yet.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, Darth Vader. Shredder's Darth Vader.
He says, "I'm your father."
Shredder.
He says it out loud to all the kids.
Yeah, like. I mean, that's just like.
I would have been a fucking
the parallel
sucker.
was gonna be awkward.
I would have been a fucking sucker to join the Foot Clan. That arcade shit, the skateboards and shit, I would have been there.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't fight. I would not show up to
It was like
training.
a nice hangout.
Yeah,
Would they force you to?
Yeah,
I would
you
say
said
no.
that-
I've got a headache. I can't. Not today. Maybe I'll catch you next week though. Next week comes around. I sprained my ankle,
Oh my God.
dude. I simply cannot. I can't walk on this foot.
Can you at least steal a TV for us?
That's asking a lot for a guy who's got a headache. So I would get the other guys. I would
my
get them.
God.
That'd be pretty good for a while, but then
Now
they'd
you
probably
have some
kill
good
me.
content.
They'd probably fucking murder me after a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of murder, I think we did keep a little body count, didn't we?
Oh yeah, the body count for Ninja Turtles is 6, and
We're judging
It's
this
gonna be
based on
something
we saw a guy in the club that looked like he was dead, so he counts. One of the Foot
Yeah.
Clan hits a electrical wire with his axe and gets zapped. I don't think he lived. So that
Yeah, two goldfish die.
2 goldfish die,
Um,
and then Hamato Yoshi and his girlfriend. 6.
yeah. So that's six deaths, and 2 of them are goldfish.
So,
So that would get it. Any other things to? So before we get to Power Rangers and why that's like such a shocking thing we started noting, do you have any other thoughts on the Ninja Turtles movie to get out real quick? Either of
it's
you.
just so solid. It's like it's super well rounded.
Yeah.
I don't really have any major issues with it, and like as time has gone on, I don't think that they've ever managed to really top it as such a like the quintessential Ninja Turtles film. I loved Mutant Mayhem, but that was so much its own thing.
yeah.
If that makes sense, like that's a really good film that's like spun Ninja Turtles into something kind of new. It's kind of like how Spider-Verse is a super duper good film, but if you want like the quintessential Spider-Man film for like what you kind of expect of like a normal Peter Parker adventure, that's not what you go to. You go to like the old Sam Raimi films
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
This is like the Sam Raimi films. The Mutant Mayhem is more like Spider-Verse. So
I
that's
agree.
really good. But this is such a great adaptation of those original comics. I
That's like
think.
the best way to put it too. That's like it's the quintessential. Like it's just embodies Ninja Turtles as a franchise.
Exactly.
The fucking Power Rangers movie.
Let's get on to
This is the
to
first
Ivan
time I
Ooze.
saw it. Ivan Ooze.
Oh yeah.
That's the first. Oh well, I guess Ducko, you can do a little recap. But I will talk about Ivan Ooze.
All right, the Power Rangers movie. So basically, like the Power Rangers just off rip are there's like some like fucking like Star Wars scroll about like this is the ancient prophecy of the
They're the
mighty Morphin
Power
Power Rangers.
Rangers.
There's five spectacular teenagers or whatever the hell they were saying. It's like chosen by Zordon and like years ago, and now again it's again
Unnecessary start.
And I feel like you would have gotten like Power Rangers by like just the movie
I
without
think
this thing.
if
But
you
like,
don't get
that
Power
lady-
Rangers, that intro's not helping. That's not gonna get you there. Like, oh, no questions needed. I get it now. I read the space text.
I feel like the Power Rangers like TV show intro gets you like more like, oh, that's Power Rangers. Like Alpha, Rita's escaped. Recruit a team of 5 teenagers with attitude, and then they teleport in and they get turned into Power Rangers and they do like their fucking flip moves and the intro with the song, and that's how you get Power Rangers. But like to the summary after the fucking opening scroll that fucking explodes with the stock explosion sound effect. They're fucking skydiving.
We don't
like,
gotta go through
parody,
every
like,
plot point. We don't gotta talk about the skydiving part.
No, but that's how it starts, and then they're skydiving for like some charity thing, and then it introduces like this kid and like his dad, who are fucking like some
They're in the movie.
subplot. Yeah, and like there's Bulk and Skull also skydiving, and they end up
They
in the wrong
die.
place.
They fall to their deaths, and we don't see them again.
Die. They're throughout the movie.
Because they forgot the
They thought the movie-
parachutes. They jumped without the parachutes, so they fucking fell into the
They
canyon.
almost did, but like
Yeah,
They
if it
almost
wasn't
did,
for the
and then,
pink
like,
Power Rangers, they would have fallen and died, and
They
that would have
would've
been
fucking
amazing.
yeah, you're like guys, you forgot
Oh,
those.
guys?
And so, and then the Power Rangers are rollerblading, and then they go through the construction site, and Bulk and Skull landed in the construction site, and they find like this ancient like fucking like sewer grate, and then they get a crane to open up the sewer grate, and out pops like a hand holding an egg, but that egg opens up eventually, and it's Ivan Ooze, and like the main Power Rangers villains come down, and
they're on his
that's-
side for a bit, but then he fucking betrays them.
Yeah, he betrays them, and he puts them in a snow globe, and then he just has Goldar and this pig that we've never seen before.
Oh right, his name is
But
Goldar.
anyways.
I kept fucking calling him Kuwabara.
Goldar.
That's all I knew him as.
You know who
It's the fucking Kuwabara, fucking muscle man voice. That's what Goldar is.
Yeah, he has that voice, and then he's sort of equivalent to like the Bebop and Rocksteady for the Power Rangers villains for Zord, Zed, and Lord Zed and Rita. God damn it, stomach. But get back to it. Okay, so Ivan Ooze is wreaking havoc, and he's enacting this plot. He goes to like fuck up Zordon, and Zordon is fucked up. The command center is fucked up. Alpha is fucked up. And Zordon is just like this fucking potato sack with a head now instead of like a head in a tube.
Oh my god, that was
He's like
fucking hilarious.
he's like-
Seeing fucking rotting old dying
my God.
Zordon on the fucking table.
Oh my god.
Every time we got back to him, he looked worse. He was fucking dying.
He just kept looking more and more like a wrinkled old sack.
He was
every time we
wasting
saw him.
away over there.
So the Power Rangers end up like having to fight fucking Ooze. Not Ooze himself yet, but like Ooze like.
Yeah, they go to space, they go to an alien
And this
planet,
is where the fucking body count.
and then they
Yeah,
kill
they
Ooze.
lost their powers, but then they get it. Zordon died. But
With the
kill
power of
Ooze,
terrible
and, like,
CGI, they
the
defeat
one,
him.
oh yeah, they have this fucking CGI version. Oh, I also forgot about like the fucking Ooze plot where he's like hypnotizing parents, and he's like drawing it in with like this fucking Nickelodeon Gak purple Ooze.
All
And,
right,
like he's like disguised as like a little wacky wizard man.
so I think we can just start talking about the fucking movie canon. I think we can just
Yeah,
start
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think.
But by the end, but
So-
still, we can get into it now. We have some notes.
So I just want to say off the bat that Ivan Ooze is this movie. He's the fucking goat, and I love him. I love this guy.
Yeah.
He's got all the shitty jokes. He's a fucking little oozy guy. I like what the actor's doing. I don't like that he can smell teenagers. I don't like that part. But other than that, he was doing pretty good for himself. Ollie Fox.
There you go.
Yeah, Ivan Ooze was easily the highlight. The actor was just yucking it up the entire time, and he was clearly having a blast. I mean, he had his moments where I started to question him a little bit, like when he smells teenagers. Can't say I was
Yeah, I
crazy
know.
about that part. That wasn't his
Oh my
shining
God.
moment. But
At the very least, he says it's
Oh,
unpleasant.
sweet Kimberly is here. Oh,
oh yeah, oh the cute little pink ranger.
didn't like that.
It's
Didn't like that, Ivan.
yeah, but he was
Didn't have him at.
absolutely hilarious. And to be fair, I think more than Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers is about the camp, about how fucking silly and
Yeah.
over the top it is. So I'm glad that they just had like a super goofy villain.
They didn't try to
Instead
like
of
play it
having
like straight, like this is a big horrible threats coming. They're like, it's the goofy villain for the goofy. It's a goofy show.
Like, in fact, the whole film is very goofy. It's a
Yeah.
very compared to Ninja Turtles, which is already a pretty silly film at its heights. Power Rangers is so fucking stupid, and that's what really carried it.
Yeah,
'cause,
no. There's not
I'm
like.
not gonna pretend that I was crying when I thought Zordon was dead. compared to when the Turtles contacted Splinter, that scene is not as good.
Yeah,
But like,
no. That's
fight
their
scenes
one
are so
scene where they try to be
fucking-
emotional.
that whole like the fight scenes in this film are so fucking stupid. They do like weird like mid-air corkscrew kicks and like go around on zip
acrobatic
lines.
flips for no reason.
Yeah,
I will
It's
say
so-
that I was more entertained with that fighting. I like the weird stupid fighting here in this.
Yeah, exactly. It's much less grounded fighting. The Turtles like would a lot of the time. They were pretty playful when they fought. You know, they'd use the environment. They'd spit water from like a fish tank in
Yeah.
people's faces and stuff. But it was generally more grounded fight scenes. Whereas Power
Nothing
Rangers was
defied
more-
gravity in that. This was fucking the rules of reality do not apply when they're fighting.
It's a shame that much like Ninja Turtles, which I think probably had its weakest fight scene as the last one, I think this one definitely had the weakest fight scene
Well,
at
yeah,
the end.
because
as
that's when they're
well.
relying entirely on the horrendous CGI.
It's great. This is what makes
Oh my
the turtle
goodness.
physical suit so much easier to appreciate because I know it can get bad, and Power Rangers film got bad with CGI.
I
It
don't
looks
get
so-
it because the suits look great in the show. Like the big neck suits, I like those.
It should have just done the mech suits again.
They're like, no, this is
Yeah.
the movie. This is big.
Not only that, the regular Power Ranger suits in this look pretty cool too, and they had like some
Well, yeah, for
interesting
all the 2 scenes we get to
future
see
mods
him
that they
in,
bring out.
we get to see
Yeah,
those
I-
suits in 2
Yeah.
scenes.
I love how the Power Rangers look in this film. They look way better than they do in the show. They've got like more of like a textured look to their outfits. It's not like MCU where they've just added a bunch of unnecessary details. They just look less like kind of flimsy spandex and more like actual armor. It looks really cool, but we barely get them in the film. They appear once, then the power wears off, and then we get them at the end, and
Yeah.
they're just in the Zords for all of the end, so we don't even get to see them fight more than once as the Power Rangers, really.
Yeah.
It's a shame. We probably get about as much of the Power
Yeah.
Rangers fighting in this film as we do in an average episode of the show.
It was authentic.
It's so much longer, but we at least get them dressed in shitty little ninja robes fighting a few times.
I have to
Oh,
air
yeah.
out my grievances with an idea that Ivan Ooze had. So he sends these fucking birds to go kill Power Rangers on this other planet, and they fucking fail. Of course they fail. They come back and like, we got fucked up. He's mad at them. He's like, if they're over on that planet, my whole plan's out of whack. So he fucking kills his birds and he does not fucking bother anymore. He lets them do it. Why does he let them do it? He fucking fails after that.
know.
Yeah, and then he acts shocked when they fucking return. Like, what
Yeah,
did
what
you-
are they
what did
doing?
you-
He heard they were over there.
What did you expect to happen?
He knew it was bad. He didn't have to kill them either. The birds were willing to go back. They said, "Do you want us to go back?" And he's like, "No, I kill you." Bad idea on
My
Ooze,
God.
and I think he knew. I think he knew he was fucked the second they showed back up. Because he's just so sad when he sees them. I see fucking depression on his face. Like, oh.
The birds retreated because of that woman with the fucking spears, but she doesn't even join them. So if the birds did come back, they probably would be able to
Yeah.
kill them.
They were doing pretty good earlier.
Yeah. it was not even like really an attack from that lady that like guided them towards like the great power or whatever. She was just like spinning the sticks and they made a sound.
Yeah.
And it like annoyed the bird or something. Or it's like a fucking dog whistle.
I will say, while I did like mostly enjoy like the viewing experience of this, but I think if I did not watch this with you guys, this might have been a little difficult to get through. I needed somebody to joke about with to fully survive, I think. And that's probably just coming from like this is the first time I've seen this. I didn't like grow up on this one.
Yeah, I can't disagree. It was definitely more fun to watch with friends. Again, Power Rangers it's not really a franchise that is built off of like some it's not. At least from what I've experienced, it was never a matter of it being some fucking awesome, like, well-written thing. It's just so over-the-top and silly that you kind of go along with it. And this film is that. I just wish there was more of it.
Yeah.
I think it says it all. Like a while back, I was talking to my mother about about the things that I watched growing up and what she thought of them, and she said, I really like the Ninja Turtles, I could not stand the Power Rangers. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Power Rangers is maybe a little harder to like as an adult than Ninja Turtles is just if you aren't super into it, and I'm not super into Power Rangers anymore, so it doesn't have that distinct advantage that it would have. Even though I am nostalgic for it, I definitely noticed more problems with it now, whereas Ninja Turtles has kind of aged like a fine wine to me.
Yeah, no, there's still like stuff to genuinely get into, Turtles, but Power Rangers...
I mean, I hope you can probably tell where my vote is going. As of now, I enjoyed Power Rangers, but I liked Ninja Turtles a good bit more.
The other thing is like we noted like it's sort of not even like the reverse, because like Shredder is decently characterized, but like he's like the more serious one, and Ivan Ooze is the one. I think that the Power Rangers make quips, but like the Ninja Turtles are like so well like characterized in the Ninja Turtles movie, whereas the Power Rangers, you guys were both saying it like I can't really like tell them apart sometimes. But, like what's their whole issue? The Red Ranger especially gets the short end of the stick when he was supposed to originally be the leader.
Yeah, I
like,
thought he was the leader.
Show, it seemed like,
but it was like the White Ranger was the leader.
Oh yeah, this is also like after like 3 of the Rangers like swapped out on the show is the other thing, and also going all over the place, but apparently this is like dubiously canon because like there's a different like explanation, apparently a reasoning, but I don't know, man.
Not canon.
It's Power Rangers and it's the same fucking people.
It's the
same
even
fucking people. It's the same Power Rangers. But it's Power Rangers, and it is what it is. You know. There you go.
It's sort of like looking over these two movies. It's sort of just reminding me. It's telling me what I think of the franchises as a whole as well. Just like I do think Ninja Turtles is generally as a franchise taking itself more seriously and is more accessible even if you're not just a child. And Power Rangers is fun, it's campy, but there's not more depth to it. There's nothing really for me to get into as I'm watching it now.
Other than like Ivan Ooze, like to make another comparison, like think of like the 60s Batman show, which is also campy, but also like sort of like works on a sort of different layer where like it's to like a kid, it's like a fun like action adventure show, but like to an adult it's like more like a comedy of sorts, whereas like Power Rangers you could have that, but like really only if you're like super nostalgic for it are you gonna be really into it, unfortunately. Like I think like I'm nostalgic for it, like I've been seeing this shit since I was like a baby, but I don't know. And like people have like the other thing we haven't really mentioned is that Power Rangers was originally Super Sentai, which is a Japanese show. It's like basically just like the fucking like American cast is like the thing that they added to.
Yeah,
like,
I had wondered if that's what like this was at all. Like if they had I feel like this is just all made in America. Like all not no, we're not taking it from.
I'm pretty sure.
The old.
It would explain the different suits. I think.
Because they might not have the original suit.
They wanted to put some budget into it, whereas like the whole thing with the Power Rangers, the show, is like it's supposed to be like, oh, this is like a interesting way to do a cost-cutting show, and like there's like discrepancies with Super Sentai, but that's like a whole other can of worms. But like, suffice to say, like in the same way that like anime has like more, like dark themes here and there, usually than like American cartoons that are for kids.
Uh-huh.
But I guess I think it's like the sort of the same way. But then again, there's a two things. One, there's a whole ass body count in this movie.
Oh, right.
And the other thing is that Ivan Ooze's plan after like getting like hypnotizing the fucking parents to be like grunt workers to like build up the ooze was to make them just jump off a cliff.
Yeah,
and
he
commit
wanted all the
suicide.
parents to fucking kill themselves, and he really wanted to amp up the already high body count that we've counted in this film. Which, if you're wondering,
Yeah, he did.
by our estimate, 26 dead people. 26 people died in the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, many deaths in Power Rangers, particularly minions that were just fucking splattered.
Fucking
all over.
splattered off. But, you know, we counted these kills to the same scrutiny that we did a guy in Ninja Turtles that was just sitting there and I decided he was dead. So, if you watch it yourself and you don't count 26, you didn't count right.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles are like, they'll just knock out people. They'll make jokes, but they'll knock out people. Meanwhile, I just said outright, like, the Power Rangers are child soldiers. Like, they're desensitized to death.
These creatures are sentient. They know they exist.
Yeah.
They have lives. They're being murdered.
Birds were talking. I think one like crunches against a wall.
Yeah,
but, like,
he gets his fucking face deformed.
Like still, like the fucking other ooze minions just like splat against the wall, and the Power Rangers are just like cracking one. It's like, haha, you just killed somebody. But I mean, that's like an action movie thing.
Yeah, that's typical.
But at the same time, it's like it's kind of striking to see in like this like thing for kids.
So I think it's obvious.
Goodness great.
Our conclusion is obvious that we all say it's Ninja Turtles beating Power Rangers, but it's just like an interesting comparison, I think.
Yeah.
One's aiming to be a sequel to an already campy show. The other one is kind of aiming to be a bit more transformative with a pre-existing franchise. And I think for that, I appreciate the risk that Ninja Turtles took to begin with, whereas Power Rangers definitely feels like a more safe film.
Yeah, it was just taking the show into a movie. Ninja Turtles was more of its own. It wanted to try something else, try to be its own introduction to the franchise, and it succeeded. It introduced me to the franchise, and I just think it's just generally more competent. It's a better movie.
Yeah, I would basically agree on all that, right down to like I feel like this movie was like what made me like fall in love with Ninja Turtles, and I feel like Power Rangers was this. It's just more like an extension of the show, even though it's apparently not canon for being too expensive and having that whack ass CGI and like the admittedly good looking suits, but like it's admittedly partially because it nostalgically grabbed me, but like I'm more likely to just like go into like more Ninja Turtles stuff than more Power Rangers stuff at this point in time. Whereas like I was like, oh yeah, Power Rangers, that was fun when I was a kid. Unfortunately, not to like shit talk people who are like still into Power Rangers or what have you,
No,
like Linkara. But
I think without question, if you showed a random person off the street both of these films, they would probably be more interested in looking into Ninja Turtles afterwards.
Yeah, I think
because
it's
Power Rangers is made for people who are already fans of it, whereas Ninja Turtles is kind of made for both fans and newcomers.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. It's like a pure essence of like this is Ninja Turtles and like okay, yeah.
I think that just about says it. That says all we gotta say. It's Ninja
Pretty
Turtles.
much. Is there any other notable things about like either movie that would be like?
I
fun
wish
facts or anything like
wish Rita Repulsa got to do more. I can't believe she got cucked.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I wanted more Rita.
She got stuck.
Yeah, they shut her up. This is bullshit. You can't
Goodness
do that.
gracious.
This isn't the next one, but I will say we do plan on talking about the newer Power Rangers film, like the
Oh,
one
yes.
that came out like 10 years
Oh, yeah.
ago, maybe, and the Michael Bay Ninja Turtles film, and doing a comparison of them. And I
That
think
might
that might be closer.
that might be a closer match. That could be more equal in quality, which is to say, less quality than we've dealt with today.
Yeah, these two are
Yeah.
trying to do something very different, whereas those two are trying to do the exact same thing.
I won't be entirely surprised if Power Rangers
Right.
is better than Michael Bay's fucking Ninja Turtles. It
It's
wouldn't
not gonna
surprise
be
me.
super hard to beat.
They're basically trying to just do what they did for Transformers, what they
Yeah.
for like the next step of Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. It's just, and I'm always disappointed. Mostly ironically though, that we never got Michael Bay's Pokemon.
No, it's all right. We're
It's like
fine without that.
that would be funny though.
But yeah,
Goodness
so
gracious.
that's not what's next, but it's something we're gonna do eventually. But Ducko, what is next? What is next on this little cast?
One fun fact is that Sam Rockwell's in this, so there you go.
Yeah.
But getting to what's next, pretty much is it's actually going to be somewhat timely. I think this movie is still in theaters, but probably even by the time we record this next. And people are going fucking crazy in the theaters. They're acting like already like it's horror, but like at least Rocky Horror doesn't have people throwing out live chicken, so enough build up. It's the fucking Minecraft movie.
Yay!
Or a Minecraft movie, as it's called, versus the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. So we'll see you next time.
From Minecraft movie
we have
versus the FNAF movie.
Yeah, we'll have all three of us and maybe someone else.
Well, I don't know if Ollie's gonna be there for that, but we'll be there.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Minecraft movie yet. I
don't intend to. It doesn't seem like.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see it.
But you have to watch it, Doug. You have to watch it, and I've already seen it.
Here. Yeah.
Well,
I'll see it. I've already seen the FNAF movie.
Yeah, you saw one.
See you all.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you.
Yeah.